There are clubs that compete, and there are clubs that define eras. For decades, Santos defined South American football. Then the noise faded. The dominance slowed. The crown passed on. But history does not disappear. It waits. A rebuild is not about nostalgia. It is about standards, structure, recruitment, identity. To awaken a giant, you do not shout. You construct. You discipline. You endure. This is not a season. It is a restoration. This is the Santos rebuild. O gigante acorda.
Para você ligado na tela da Globo, imagens ao vivo, falamos aqui direto do estádio do Maracanã, tempo do futebol mundial. Daqui a pouquinho a bola rola, casa chega para 44 mil torcedores, você já vai se ambientando ao palco do jogo. Vamos pro jogo, perfilados.
The gauntlet begins. The Maracanã, away against Flamengo. With the fixture list choking us and a massive cup tie looming, we had to make a brutal call. Neymar stays on the bench, rested. Handing debuts to Bernal and Ganso in the cauldron of Rio de Janeiro is a massive gamble, but if we want to survive this month, the squad depth has to prove its worth right here, right now. Flamengo smelled blood immediately. Just 3 minutes in, the marking falls apart. Bruno Henrique rises up for a header in the box, but he sends it just over the bar. A massive early let-off, a warning shot that we needed to wake up, fast. We absorbed the pressure, dug our heels in, and waited for the counter. 35 minutes in, Miguelito finds open grass down the left flank. He turns on the jets, leaves his man behind, and whips a dangerous ball into the danger zone. And then, absolute chaos. Alex Sandro, tracking back for Flamengo, throws himself at the cross and connects with a spectacular, textbook diving header. The only problem? He buries it straight into his own net. 1-0 to Santos. We will absolutely take those. Just before the break, we had the chance to kill the game entirely. Rony is played beautifully through the lines. He drives hard right to the edge of the 6-yard box, opens his body, and places the shot, but it drifts agonizingly wide of the post. The referee blows for halftime. A massive missed opportunity to put the dagger in. The second half was an absolute dogfight in the midfield, but the new boy, Bernal, wanted to leave his mark. He links up brilliantly, playing a slick 1-2 to break the lines, drives hard to the edge of the area, and unleashes a heavy long-range strike. The keeper gets down to make the save, but Bernal showed exactly why we brought him in. The final whistle blows. It wasn't pretty and we had a massive stroke of luck, but we walked into the Maracanã without our king, and we walked out with all 3 points. We survived the first test, we stayed top of the league. Now, all eyes turn to the cup. Back home under the lights at Vila Belmiro, the Copa do Brasil leg 1 against Botafogo. The fixture list is merciless and we had to make another massive gamble. Neymar stays benched. We need him fresh for the second leg. But resting our best player in a cup quarter-final is a dangerous game, and we found out exactly why. Just 3 minutes in, the game plan is in shreds. We switch off at the back, Botafogo pounces, and Martins buries it to put them 1-0 up. The absolute worst possible start in front of our own fans. The Villa goes dead silent. We were immediately fighting an uphill battle.
chama a responsabilidade e pega a bola, põe debaixo do braço.
1 a 0.
We had to respond. Bernal, full of confidence from the Maracanã, takes it upon himself to spark something. He charges through the midfield, drops his shoulder and fires a low driving shot, but the Botafogo keeper gets down quickly to smother it. But the pressure was building. We work the ball out to the right flank and whip a dangerous curling cross into the box. It causes absolute panic in the Botafogo defense, and there is Renato Marques. The ball almost takes him by surprise, but he reacts with pure striker's instinct, bundling it into the back of the net. His very first goal in a Santos shirt, and what a time to get it. We are back on level terms. Suddenly, Marques is playing like a man possessed. Moments later, another cross comes swinging in. He rises above his marker, but sends the header flashing just inches wide of the post. Then, he pulls off a beautiful, sharp turn right inside the penalty area, creating a clear window and unleashes a lethal low strike. It looks destined for the bottom corner, but the Botafogo keeper pulls off an absolutely unbelievable save to deny him. With time running out and smelling blood, we throw the king into the fray. Neymar steps onto the pitch to find a late winner. He gets his chance, finding a pocket of space, but he hits it straight at the keeper. The referee blows for full time. 1-1. A gritty, frustrating draw. The tie is wide open, but now we have to go to their backyard to finish the job. Everything comes down to leg 2. The return leg, the Estádio Nilton Santos, a place where dreams of silverware go to die. The king is back in the starting 11, but the squad is stretched thin. No Robinho Jr., no Rony. We are leaning heavily on Neymar to drag us into the next round, but the pressure in the stadium is suffocating. We started with intent. Renato Marques is lead through early, a chance to quiet the home crowd, but the occasion gets to him. He rushes the finish, leaning back and sending the ball into the stands. Then, the nightmare scenario. Botafogo find a pocket of space on the edge of our box. Arthur Cabral doesn't hesitate. Fierce, piercing strike that leaves our keeper rooted to the spot. 1-0. The aggregate lead is gone. We were staring down the barrel. We threw everything at them. Marques has another window but flashes it wide. Neymar is orchestrating everything, spreading play across the pitch to find Bernal, who forces another massive save from their keeper. We were desperate and it almost cost us. Diogenes has to pull off an absolute miracle save to keep the tie alive. If that goes in, it's over.
Fiat Argo, você não dirige, você sente.
Then came the moment that made time stand still. We carved them open, the ball is squared perfectly across the face of the goal. It's a tap-in, an open net. Neymar, the king of the Villa, misses. I couldn't believe my eyes. In a season of dominance, was this the moment it all fell apart? But we didn't break. Miguelito is played through, fighting for every inch as the defender tries to barge him off the ball. He refuses to go down, stays on his feet and pokes it past the keeper. 1-1. The tie is level. The tension is unbearable. Botafogo came roaring back. They cut inside, lash a shot, and it rattles the post. The rebound falls perfectly for them with the goal gaping, but they send it wide. A miracle. We were living on borrowed time. But you can only keep a king down for so long. 90 minutes on the clock, one final push. Neymar is played clean through. This time there's no mistake, no hesitation. He slots it home with the composure of a man who has done it 1,000 times before. Santos wins! The comeback is complete. We survive the gauntlet. We move on to the next round of the Cup, where Chapecoense are waiting. The road to the double is still very much alive.